Boise's grown a lot in the past few years, but not everyone's staying. I've helped plenty of people relocate here, and most everyone loves it, but I've also helped a few pack up and head somewhere else. So today, I'm breaking down the reasons why people leave Boise, Idaho, while so many are still flooding in, and offering some tips on what you should think about before you make the move. The number one reason why people leave, it's a weather reality check. Most people come here knowing we have 4 real seasons, but living through them is different than vacationing in them. I've had clients move here thinking, snow? No big deal. Then winter hits, daylight ends at 4:45 p.m., the temperature drops, and the gray skies hang around. Some folks start missing their beach walks or the desert sunshine or even just milder winters. Seasonal affective disorder can be real, and not everyone adapts. One of my clients came from Southern California, absolutely loving the idea of cozy winters. By her second year, she realized she wasn't thriving in the cold and the darkness, and she decided to move somewhere warmer. That doesn't mean Boise winters are bad. They are not. I am from sunny Southern California, and the winters are a welcome change. It took some adaptation to driving in the snow, sure, but it's mild in relation to other states that really get snow. That said, our winters are not for everyone. The number 2 reason why people leave Boise is the cost of living versus home prices. I call it the mansion myth. Idaho is still less expensive than a lot of the West Coast states, but there's a disconnect here between what homes cost and what those relocating here from other states expect to pay. The median home price in the Treasure Valley is around $580,000, and that could be a shock if you're picturing small town pricing from 20 years ago. During COVID and during the surge to move to states with less regulations and more space, housing prices, they doubled and even tripled in some cases. And we have not returned to that pre-pandemic price, even as our market shifts to a more balanced narrative. But a lot of newcomers arrive expecting to find sprawling homes on multiple acres for $500,000 or $600,000. And while you might find something rural on the outskirts for that price, you're not going to find it in the heart of Boise or Meridian. And many are drawn to Eagle for its charm, its good schools, and proximity to the Boise River, only to find its median home price is over $800,000. So yes, housing here can be more affordable than many surrounding states, but if you're expecting to get more for your dollar than reality allows, it can be disappointing. And for a few people, that disconnect is enough to make them move on. The number 3 reason I hear often, limited opportunity and job growth in certain fields. Some people leave because there's nowhere to move up in their career here. For certain industries like tech or entertainment or highly specialized niches, opportunities can in fact be limited compared to larger metro areas. I have one couple in particular waiting to move here, and they have been searching for the right job opportunities for a year, and still nothing has come up. So they aren't moving out, but rather struggling to move in. We also get a lot of transplants who work remotely, especially during COVID when so many people could live anywhere and work from anywhere. But when companies started calling employees back to the office, many had no choice but to return to where their headquarters were located. So they were forced to move back or risk losing their job, but nothing being able to replace it in their position locally. On the flip side, we will see plenty of folks who work remotely long-term. They stay, or they may be able to commute because of their specialized job. Think firefighters or airline pilots, healthcare professionals, but not everybody has that flexibility. If you're new here, hi, I'm Erica Toffel, Global Real Estate Advisor with Group 1 Sotheby's International Realty. I specialize in helping you relocate to Boise and the greater Treasure Valley. If you're thinking about making that move, send me a text, write me an email, give me a call. My information is on the screen. Let's talk about why people move in and out of Boise. And please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And if you're watching on your television screen, you can always scan the QR code to contact me directly. And don't forget to hop over to Instagram, where you can see a glimpse into the Treasure Valley on a more daily basis. Houses I tour, places to visit. You can find me at Erica Toffel Real Estate. What about the culture there, Erica? And the lifestyle? Does anyone move away because of that? Well, yes. Reason number 4 is a cultural and lifestyle misfit or disconnect. Boise is a great mix of people and is more politically balanced than most outsiders expect, but it's still not going to feel like San Francisco or Seattle or LA. I've had exactly one client tell me that after moving from California to Idaho, it just didn't align with her ideals, so she left. For most, that's not the case, but if nightlife, diversity of amenities, or a certain political climate is high on your list, you need to know what you're signing up for. Oh, and shopping. If it's your favorite pastime or hobby, you may find Treasure Valley lacking, so you may need to move to a larger metropolitan area. I haven't heard that specific reason as motivation yet, although I do hear the occasional complaint that there is not a Nordstrom's here. We do have a Scheels though, so maybe you just have to adjust your chosen store. Reason number 5 is very personal to those that it affects. And I have a client moving this Friday for this very reason. Family pulls you back. I've had several clients who absolutely loved Boise, and in the case of my client moving this week, they love it. They enjoy their job here, they've made great friends, and they have a really strong community surrounding them. But they have to move back closer to family because of aging parents. And the aging parents, they can't relocate. This is one that really breaks my heart, but I also completely understand. Often we move away for growth and opportunity, but sometimes the call to go home and help family outweighs everything else. And many of those people tell me they hope to return to Boise at a later time. I know in this case, my clients that are moving this week, they will return at some point. When we relocated here 10 years ago, I knew we were bringing my parents and my sister along for the ride because we understood that as my parents age, that time may come where they needed extra help. And if we were settling our roots here in Boise, they had to be a part of that from the get-go so that their health and their situation was not looming over us. Not everyone has that luxury, and we do not take it for granted. Have you ever left a city you love? What made you walk away? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. Reason number 6 is rapid growth and traffic changes. The small town feel that drew so many here is changing. More people means more traffic, more construction, and roads here are playing catch up. While we're still nowhere near LA level congestion, for folks who moved here to escape that, even the current growth can feel like too much. I had one YouTube client reach out. They came during Christmas, and when we did meet, they said they expected something different. Less cars on the road, less traffic. It was not different enough from their city in California, so they were going to continue their search for a new state to call home. And I get it. We have a few main roads here that see a lot of traffic, especially on the Christmas holiday when everyone is running around. But you will never hear me complain about traffic because it's all relative. And in perspective, I spent way too many hours on LA freeways to ever think Boise really, truly understands traffic. Reason number 7 is about not doing enough research. Boise is just not what they expected. This is probably the biggest underlying theme on all of these. Most people who move here know what they're getting and they love it. But if you arrive expecting one thing or putting all their hopes in one basket, maybe it's a slower pace of life, a certain cost of living, or endless job options, and realize the reality is different. Boise is amazing, but it's not for everyone. And to be honest, that's okay. No place can be or should be all things to all people. Not every move is going to work out, and I get that, but even when people leave Boise, it's rarely because they hated it. It's usually because life circumstances, career, or expectations change. The best advice I can give you is to spend time here before you decide. Visit in different seasons and be clear on what matters most to you in a home and a community. Take your time when you can, do your research, and start conversations early with someone in the area so you can ask the questions that matter to you. And look for honest answers, not just someone filling your head with what you want to hear. So here is my question for you. After hearing all of these reasons, do any of them give you second thoughts, or are you still all in on Boise? Tell me in the comments. For more info on what life is like in Boise, Idaho, click on one of the other videos on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.